Okay, here we've got IG-88 on a vintage 1983 Return of the Jedi 77 back US card. And it's a great figure, one of the best of its time, because for a vintage figure it's really well detailed, nicely sculpted, got a lot of detail on the body, and it looks quite like the actual robot is meant to look like. It's in an archival case, even though this isn't anything rare, and even the grades aren't that fantastic. It's a 1983 Kenner Star Wars Return of the Jedi 77 back A, IG-88, card is 80, bubble is 80, figure is 85, near mint. And there you can see IG-88, looks amazing. Can't really focus on the detail too much, but I did show another IG-88, a loose version, last week. And here's the classic card image, used on all cards apart from the tri-logo cards, which has a slightly different image. It doesn't have the background, it just has the figure with a pink background, that image with a pink background. And that's probably the rarest version of IG-88, plus the 12-inch or 15-inch figure that commands a lot of money. So what's good about this IG-88 is the bubble is still pretty clear, and so a lot of these 77 backs have yellow bubbles, so especially Kenner cards. And that's the front of the card, taken photographs so you'll be able to see pretty good pictures. And we'll look at the back of the card now. So let's see. Okay, so here's the back of the card. Typical, I've got so many 77 backs because they're so common. So you've got 77 back, all the 77 figures, plus what was available at the time. I've talked about this so many times. So 77 back US, very common, easy to find. And then let's look at the actual figure again. So here's another look at the figure. You've got the image there, classic, Return of the Jedi, yellow background on the name plate and behind the figure, looks really nice. Return of the Jedi logo. Could have bid on, there were two of these figures going, and one was on the Empire Strikes Back card, 85 grade, and this one. And this sold for half the amount of the Empire Strikes Back IG-88, so I just went for the cheaper option. And plus this is an archival case. So the guns are both loose. Got an Imperial Blaster rifle plus a long gun which is specific to IG-88. The only other figure that gun came with is Jan Tosh from the Droid series, and that's a black version. So two versions of this figure. This is the silver version, and then there's the grey version. And there's also differences in the flexibility of the limbs. Some are more rubbery and some are more rigid. So that's as far as all I know about IG-88 as the action figure. So there you go. Return of the Jedi looks really great on this card. Killer Bounty Hunter. Definitive IG-88 is on the Saga Legends version 2010, or on the vintage Saga line from 2007 or 2006. So, but this is still a great figure. Classic. So you've got IG-88 on the Return of the Jedi card. Beautiful. Originally it was bought from Gold Circle in America, $2.69 was the original price for this. I'm not going to say how much this cost, but it certainly costs more than that. There's a clue there how much it cost. Anyway, time to stop prattling on. Still got broken arm, so I've got to take it easy, and you know, I get more tired than when I was didn't have the broken arm. Back at work, but I'm only doing half days because, you know, after about 4 or 5 hours your arm starts to throb and all that sort of stuff. Plus where the break is, I can't have it in plaster, so there's always a risk of if I get knocked that it will break again, and then I'd have to have an operation and maybe end up with an arm like IG-88. Anyway, must stop prattling on. Help me to stop prattling on. Anyway, let's journey to space and time. Look at the starscape. We're going to energize now. Time to say goodbye. Goodbye, IG-88. Bye. I don't know if he talks. Anyway, there you go. Sweet figure and a sweet card. Cheers. Goodbye. So there's IG-88. One more look. Nice detail. Alright, one better look at IG-88 there. Return of the Jedi card looks amazing. 77 back, and you can really see the detail on this figure. Orange highlights and black sort of strap bandolier. That's moulded in the figure. Nice detailing in the figure. Even in 295, 96, when they bought the Shadows of the Empire 2-pack, and that was the first re-release of IG-88 since the vintage line. That was more or less this figure, just with a few additions to it. So Kenner Hasbro just went back to this figure for the modern version, or the first release of the modern version, which was the version you got in the 2-pack with Boba Fett on the Power of the Force line, Shadows of the Empire. And then I think next time he appears is on the Power of the Jedi card, and that's pretty similar to this one as well. And then we've got a decent versions. I think he came on the OTC or maybe the Saga line, and then finally they did a vintage style card with the definitive IG-88, and that's been released again on the 2010 Saga Legends card, which I have that one, and that's a brilliant figure. Everyone raves about that figure, how good it is. And I've just got the Bosk as well on the Saga Legends card, and that's just brilliant as well. So time to say finally, even though I just said goodbye, anyway, time to say toodle pip and well, you know, live long and prosper. Is that from Star Wars? Well, you know. Anyway, beam me up, Scotty. Beam me up. Hey, Captain, I can beam you up. There we are, I'm being beamed up. Cheers, bye. Go boldly going where no man has gone before. Star Wars and Star Trek. Well, Star Trek. Star Wars, okay. Next we got IG-88, and this is a really good figure for its time. The detailing on the body is really good. Okay, it's not articulated like figures are now, but it's really good detailing. I never had this one when I was a kid. So this is IG-88. Comes with 2 weapons, an Imperial blaster and a specific long rifle. And here you are. Nice details on this figure. Let's see what else we got there. Okay, one more look at IG-88, 77 back, and really nice card, clear bubble, and yeah, it's a 77 back as a Return of the Jedi card, but that's considerably cheaper than the Empire Strikes Back card. And so, if you're after graded stuff, sometimes you have to go for the cheaper option, and the cheaper option is to get the Jedi card rather than the